All right. Today is really a great pleasure to have Esmond with us. I believe some of you probably had a chance to talk with him in one of our social gathering before. I'm sure Esmond has a lot more to share to you guys. So Esmond is a former VP and GM in Oracle, and he oversees the Oracle Cloud and SaaS business in all further places: APAC, Japan, China. Got a lot of insight even from my individual chat with Esmond in the past 10 years. And he actually recently stepped down from that position to join a startup journey. So congratulations to you for that, Esmond.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. And Esmond actually spent the time to prepare a 30-minute presentation. So I'll let Esmond to take over the stage for now. I might have a couple of follow-up questions, and then we'll open the forum for everybody to ask him more. So Esmond, why don't you just take the stage?
Okay, thank you, Philip. Thank you, Bonnie, as well. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Okay, so it's my pleasure and honor to be joining you all, right, and having this section. I think mainly, is to share some of the experience. I don't know, although I work in this field for many years, right? I think since the world is keep changing and lots of new things happen, I'm also learning as well. So I think I'm treating these sections as a section to share some of my happy experience and some of my painful experience as well. Okay, in the last 30 years for B2B selling, right, which is today's topic. And I think welcome all your questions, and of course I think you all also have a lot of experience as well, so more than happy to learn from you and listen from your story as well. Okay, so let me share the screen first, right? Okay, let me see. Can you see the screen?
It's starting.
Is it working?
Yes.
Okay, so so when Philip asked me, right, so in what format you would like to run the session, I told him that I've been in a corporate for 30 years, so excuse me, I like to use slides. Okay, that's my bad habit, and I'm very good in creating slides. Okay, as well. So it takes me very little time to create slides. Okay, so I like to use slides. Okay, so bear with me. Okay. Okay, so just a very quick introduction about myself, right? Okay, so Philip has given a quick introduction already. Yes, okay. Sorry,
I don't know what happened, but I resumed the recording. Please keep going, Esmond.
Okay. No problem. Okay, so 30 years experience working mainly in 4 companies. Okay, HP, Gartner, BEA, which is a middleware company, Oracle, I think a database company as well. So although I've been working in all these big names, right? But in all these 4 companies, I have never worked in the mainstream business, right? I still recall many years ago when I told people that I was working in HP, then the relative, okay, asked me, hey, can you help me to buy a printer? I say, I'm not working in the printer section of HP. I'm working in the software. Okay, oh, HP also sells software? Okay, I'm not aware of it, right? So Gartner, I think, is a very famous analyst company. Okay, I'm not actually as an analyst. I'm actually running the management consulting department for them. BEA, which I think lots of you know, is Alfred's company before. Okay, he was one of the founder of this BEA, and he's the A, right? Okay, of this BEA. Okay, so very famous for the middleware, okay, and the application server. But again, I'm working on the emerging business unit, okay, in BEA. Oracle, very famous for database. I have not even sold one database up to now, okay. Most of my time has been working also in the innovation unit, in the cloud unit, and also in the middleware unit as well. So you look into my experience, I have been always in a very interesting and also challenging role, okay, in this company, is to help them to drive and lead, okay, emerging business unit. A lot of companies that have big mainstream business, they want to find the new growth area. Okay, they want to find, okay, area that they could get into, okay, and prepare them for the futures, right? And I'm the man most of the time to help them. So looking back, right, I've been working in security area, starting the security practice back in 1994, helping to drive e-commerce. 1996, okay, that was the very early time of the internet and e-commerce, and it was really fun, I can tell you. Okay, 2002, I started to get into the middleware business. 2003, in the telecom business, have been also working in middleware innovation, different business unit, and working with a lot of different clients as well: Samsung, LG, Oppo, Xiaomi, China Mobile, China Telecom, Unicom, all these names, right? These are all the big companies, and of course there are lots of other smaller companies as well. Okay, so that's roughly my background. What have I sold before, right? Okay, so if you look at my background or my experience, I've been selling SI project, I've been selling my management consultancy, has been selling software, I've been selling cloud innovation, and of course hardware as well, and also selling different solutions. Okay, so but there's all one thing common. Okay, all my customer business, or what we call B2B customer, right? Okay, I don't have much chance, okay, in selling in the consumer area. Okay, so I have been helping the company to sell into the consumer area, but all my clients are actually corporate. So what am I doing now? So I think Philip has also highlighted a little bit. So what I'm now doing now is actually I'm helping two companies. One is Tech, which is the company that I started myself here. Okay, mainly looking into some kinds of management consultancy, security consultancy. I've been in the consulting area for many years, so and I still love this business. Okay, so although this is something not really scalable, but it is very fulfilling. Okay, when you find that you can talk deeply with your customer, you can suggest some good ideas with the customer, work with them, and finally helping them to get to gain the success, I think is very fulfilling. Okay, internally. On the other side, I think working with old colleague, okay, in Oracle, okay, in a company called Fernanda. Okay, you don't know this word, right? This word is actually Greece, okay, and this means well, full well, right? So I will be the co-CEO and also the CRO. Very much like the topic today, okay, or very much like the challenge that you have, okay, as well, is to set up a sales organization, trying to help the company to cross the chasm. Okay, they have some early success. They want to scale it. They want to sell it, not just in Southeast Asia. They want to sell it worldwide. So I'm going to help him, okay, on this. Okay, so a lot about myself, right? So let's go to the topics, right? To today, B2B selling. Let me start with a story, right? Okay, the time, go back to almost 28 years ago. I was only 25 years old. Okay, first time, okay, in what we call a tender presentation, right? 8 o'clock, all of us with a suit, with a tie on, right? At that time, okay, you can remember 20 years ago, okay, IT, we have to put the tie on, okay, no matter how hot it is, right? Okay, so we all come back in the office, 8:45, okay, we are waiting in the office lobby, waiting for the customer to come in. Okay, the customer executive come in one by one. We serve them tea. We serve them with some small breakfast. Then 9 o'clock sharp, right? Our country MD come out and do the introduction speech, right? Okay, so interesting enough, right? Okay, he didn't talk about the product. He didn't talk about the company. He started to introduce the team, right? Okay, this is our project manager. This is the project owner. He has been working for this company for how long? Okay, for 10 years. This is the project manager. He has been working for the company for 12 years. Then she pointed the ladies, right? Okay, over there. She looked young. Okay, but he said that, right? She looked young, but she has been working for this company for 10 years. Of course, okay, she the MD put in the words, right? Okay, so she start early, and actually she start very early. Okay, she joined the company as a secretary, as around 16 or years old, as a sort of part-time job or summer job, right? So she actually start very early. Then the MD pointed at my point at me, right? Okay, look at these young guys, okay, Esmond, right? Okay, so he looked very young. I was quite young at that time, to be honest. Okay, now very different looking. Okay, so to say, oh, don't underlooking these guys, right? He has been working with this company for six years already. So so then he keep describing about the project team. Okay, then he passed on to other people to talk about the project and other details, right? So this is the first presentation. Second presentation, he did the same thing. The third presentation, he did the same thing. We was all very struggling. Okay, why the MD keep talking about the organizations, right? Okay, so why we not talking about the project? Why we not talking about the design? Why we're not talking about how cost effective we are, how low the price we are? He never talk about that, right? We only talk about the team, right? Okay, so many years ago later, then we figure out that he actually has did the most important thing in that presentation, which is telling the customer, all my team is stable. Okay, you can count on them. They have been working for this company for many years. They are going to work for this company for many years. You pass on the project to me, you can count on us. You can count on us. And this is the biggest concern of the customer. The customer don't care. Actually, not much that care about how much money they pay. Okay, they actually spending the corporate money. Okay, the most biggest worry is they pass the project to you, they award the project to you, and then you fail, and then you cannot complete the project, and they are in big troubles. Okay, so I think the country MD has exactly figured out what is the biggest concern here. Okay, and all the others is just minor details. Okay, this is the first story. Second story, okay, go back to 1998, right? One of the biggest thing of IT at that time was Hong Kong government is going to prepare a tender for what we call digital certificate authority. Today you use digital cert, right? In that come from US, or some. If you want to submit a tender, you need to use a digital cert, okay? For Hong Kong government, from Hong Kong government, okay, as well. So that was a big thing. Okay, there were 11 vendors. Okay, that's going to submit the tender. Okay, and we are of course one of it. 10. There were actually two major solutions. One from a UK vendor, one from a US vendor. Okay, so we partner with either one of them. Okay, to bid. Okay, because there's only two mature solutions there. 10 of the other competitor actually partner with one of the UK solution. Okay. And the reason is clear, because there's one very vocal guy in the customer, okay, that he say that he believed that solution is better. So everyone, of course, moved from one solution to the others. So 10 of them have already moved to the UK solution, and we are the last one with the US solution at that time. So we was also struggling. There was also internal pressure within the company as well. Why we are not switching as well? We are betting on a losing product. The customer don't like it, right? Okay, so so we was also struggling whether we should change or we should not change, right? Okay, so going back, okay, to the last day before the tender, okay, the one day before the tender submission, our competitor, the UK vendor, asked us, okay, to discuss with them. Okay, he said that, okay, see, 10 of the others are already with us. You are on the losing side. Okay, so we try to understand what if I partner with you, what can you offer, whatever, right? Okay, they tell us something, right? And finally we decided, oh, it's too late to change. Okay, and I think we have. If we change now, I think it's too rushed. Okay, so and we start to come up with a formula, okay, or way that how to win it. Anyway, at the company, nobody believed we could win. So when I asked the service department, can you give me a price? Okay, you can't win. Okay, I give you 200K. That another consulting department, they say, oh, you can't win as well. Okay, I give you low price. Okay, so to help you lah. Okay, they thought that it will never happen, right? This deal will never happen. So luckily, since we understand, okay, what our competitor is offering, and every department believe that we are not going to win, they give us low price. So aggregating all this, Okay, so we know that, okay, we need to bid lower than this price. We know that, okay, and every department is sort of helping. Okay, so we have a very low bid, low price bid. Okay, so you know government tender, right? Okay, if you comply and you are the lowest bid, okay, actually you are the number one to negotiate, right? And actually the customer is not very happy. Okay, customer is not happy. Okay, why you guys, okay, bid so low, right? I say it's up to me to bid, right? Okay, so I want to lose money. Okay, that's up to me, right? Okay, and you are not giving me the best solution. I say I give you the best solution. I comply everything. I need that particular encryption modules. Okay, it's there. It's actually in the optional part of it. So what I want to say is, okay, if you understand the process well, if you have a differentiator, sometime miracle can happen. So B2B selling, I think, is very interesting thing is in a way that, okay, you can see, right? If you need to figure out what the customer really want. Sometimes the product is not really want. And sometimes, okay, price is not the most important thing, but sometimes price can make a difference. And at the same time, very important, I think one thing is you can make a difference. Okay, you can make a difference. This is a place that you can make a difference. A miracle could happen, but don't forget the miracle can happen on your competitor side as well. So be aware, right? So what is B2B selling? In my view, right? Okay, everyone has a different definition. In my view, B2B selling is actually you know who you are selling to. Just like a mobile phone, right? You can sell it to a consumer. You can sell it to a corporate as well. We have corporate sales that come to Oracle and ask us to buy Samsung phone or Apple or whatever. So there's corporate sales, right? Okay, so same product, but you could have sell it to consumer or you can sell it to B2B. But the important thing is in the B2B world, okay, you know, okay, who the customer are and the customer know that they are buying from you as well. Okay, so your reputation, who you are, and how much you know the customer become very important. In the corporate world, okay, it's very different in the consumer world. In the consumer world, you are spending, you're asking the customer to spend their own money. In the corporate world, you are spending the corporate money. Okay, so it is the mentality or the way of spending is completely different. In the consumer world, we talk a lot about experience or customer journey. We talk about sometimes impulse buying, right? Okay, just like I know there's a lot of ladies here. Okay, lots of ladies has lots of lipstick already, but they still buy it, right? Okay, they still buy more. Okay, they actually don't need it, but when the sales say that, oh, this is you with this color, you look nice, right? Then she bought it, right? But in a corporate, I think it's more about risk, right? Okay, I buy from you. Okay, I'm not risking just the money. I'm risking my career, right? Okay, in a lot of the corporate, okay, there's a very clear process of procurement as well. And this process, okay, is actually sometimes causing the selling cycle very long, right? Okay, so how to get through the process, how to get the consensus of the different department, okay, from the lower layer to the middle layer to the top layer, to get them all consensus to buy it from you, take a long time, okay? So experience buying, impulse buying is difficult, right? Okay, to happen in corporate world. A lot of people, okay, most of the customer are very risk averse, and it is very process oriented. Okay, it's very difficult, in particular in some of the large corp, okay, to jump the gun, right? Okay, and skip the process. Okay, so it take more time sometimes in the selling. How to sell it, right? Okay, congratulations. Okay, in the B2B world, there's many ways to sell it, right? Okay, just for example, you can sell how good your product, what kind of value my product can bring to you, what kinds of business benefit I can help you. Okay, buy from me. Okay, the risk is the lowest. Okay, you can sell from the risk. Maybe my product is not the best, but my product has the lowest risk, right? Okay, you can take advantage of the process. This is what I have done, right? Okay, in the government tender, I take advantage of the process. Okay, I fulfill all the tender requirement. I'm the lowest bid. Okay, you have to talk to me first, right? You have to clarify with me first, and I have the first move advantages. So take advantage of the process. At the same time, of course, you can talk, okay, in a deeper level, you can talk with the customer on a partnership, right? In in the world, right? Okay, in the business world, okay, you can ask the customer to buy my product, and I provide some. You can help me to. I can help you to drive other business as well. Okay, so some kind of partnership or some kinds of exchange, right? Okay, of the value. Of course, okay, in the B2B world, okay, a lot of customers actually buy because they trust you. Okay, so this trust and relationship is very important. So a lot of people, right? Okay, they believe, okay, they could sell anything just because the customer trusts them. Okay, they believe they can sell anything because they have a good relationship with the customer, and this is particular important when you are selling a product that the customer don't understand, or customer don't want to understand, okay, or they don't have time to understand, so they will just count on the face, okay, or the people that they have dealt with before. And that's why, okay, in the corporate world, some of the rep, right, they can just work with a customer for their whole career. I've seen rep that has been selling to Samsung, Huawei for their whole career. That one customer is enough, right? And he has built very deep relationship with that one. Whatever product come out, he can sell, right? Because customer trusts it. Of course, okay, if you're good enough, you can sell vision, right? Okay, you can sell vision as well. Okay, a lot of in particular in the IT area, the customer like to buy from a vision, right? But they believe you are a visionary company. They believe you are a leader in this field. Okay, just like buying an iPhone, right? Okay, so okay, many years ago when we first bought an iPhone, right? Okay, so because we look at Steve Jobs' presentation, it's a visionary product. Okay, it's going to make a big change in the world, to you, whatever Steve Jobs say, right? Okay, so you actually buy from a vision, and a lot of customers in the corporate, they buy from a vision as well. Look at why AWS, right? Okay, they can sell, okay, the cloud so easy, right? They actually, I talked to their sales rep. Okay, are you selling? No, we are not selling. Okay, so what are you doing? Okay, so we're just attending class. I see the company pay you to attend class. Yeah, we have to attend class. We have to get a lot of certificate. Are you selling? Okay, yes and no, right? Okay, so they're not selling that much because the customer buy anyway from them. They successfully create the vision that they are the leader in this area. Okay, so you may ask, right, why pricing is not here? But I think in corporate world, okay, pricing again is everywhere. Okay, when you're talking about a product value, is actually reflect price, right? When you talk about risk averse, price built in there. When you have trust with the customer, you can ask for a premium, right? When you're selling a vision, you can even ask for bigger premium. So I think this is, so price is everywhere. Okay, we don't separately look at pricing. Okay, look at pricing separately. A lot of people, right? Okay, they when they are building a sales team, or they are motivating their sales team, they like to put an analog, okay, to the thing, right? They tell their team, right? Okay, we are now in the Olympic. Now this year we are in the Olympic year, right? Hong Kong has got a few, 1 gold medal, 2 silver medal, and 3 bronze, right? Okay, so okay, so just like Olympic game. Okay, try hard, right? Okay, but I want to tell, okay, every manager here or a business owner here, business, okay, is not a sport game, right? This is definitely not Olympic. When it's Olympic, what you emphasize is your participation. You will even get, okay, a silver medal or a bronze medal, right? Okay, but in the commercial world, there's only one winner. So what does this mean? Okay, qualification is very important. If you get into a deal that you can't win finally, you are not just that you can't earn money, you are losing money, because you have to invest into that customer, you have invest time, you have invested resources. You can't deal with other customer, right? There's limited bandwidth for everyone. Okay, so it's very important for qualification. And some of the people in their presentation, they like to say, "Oh, this is a war." They use they like to use the book of War of Scenes, 孙子兵法. Okay, they like to describe it like a war. Okay, again, I don't encourage all the management to do that, right? Because very simple. When you say that it's a war, which means that you will die. If you lose the deal, you will die. Okay, so but this is not necessarily the case. We all know that, right? If you lose the deal, you lose the deal. Okay, sorry. Okay, but doesn't mean that you will die, right? Okay, so you're still alive. Okay, so it's not the same. Okay, in the real world, we try to avoid a war. Okay, but in the commercial world, we need to fight, right? Okay, we want the team to fight hard. Okay, we don't want them to worry too much. Okay, we don't want them to their hand to be tightened, right? So that they can't, okay, use their imagination, right? And bid. Going back to the example that we have, right? Okay, if we don't have the freedom at that time, okay, to bid on this digital certificate authority, although everyone thought that we are going to lose, okay, we will not finally win. So you can see the point 1 and point 2 is actually contradicting, right? You need to qualify very well, okay, but at the same time, you don't want to qualify too much, right? Okay, so this is really an art, okay? When you qualify our deal and when you qualify in, right, it's going to be a very difficult and challenging questions always, right? No matter how many years you have been working in this area, qualifying is still a big questions. Okay, price, I think, is one of the factor, right? Okay, and I could say, right, most of the bid that I want, okay, I'm not the lowest bid, except the government one that I told you before, right? Okay, because we are in a tender, okay, so we have to bid in the lowest. But most of the others, okay, I'm actually most of the time the most expensive bid. Okay, the lower you put your value, the customer will feel that, okay, your product has low value. Okay, the higher you hold up the price, okay, a lot of time they believe, okay, there must be some reason you hold the price, right? Okay, and that you must have some good thing that other people don't have, right? So it's just so pricing, okay, don't overemphasize the pricing, but qualification and encouraging the rep to fight is very, very important. Okay, you need to, all the pricing, okay, come from the first 2 points, right? Whether you want to participate, okay, and what position you are in the competition. In a B2B world, right? Okay, like it or not, you have to deal with many different peoples, okay, in order to get your complete selling cycle done, right? Okay, so when you're working with the ground level people, okay, they are very practical. Don't give me a solution that doesn't work. You are wasting my time, right? Okay, you have a lot of blah, blah, blah. Okay, you have a lot of whatever value, vision. I don't care. I just want the tools that fulfill my job, right? Okay, so I don't want to listen to all the other crap, okay, that you want to share with me. For middle line manager, okay, they are a bit far away from the work, right? They are more care about their job, okay? On their top, they have their boss. On their bottom, they have their staff, right? They are more care about the risk, okay, of their job. Okay, they're more care about the process, right? Okay, so the only time, okay, that you will find that you can sell your value, okay, is to the owner. Okay, so because the owner really care for the business success. So that's why a lot of people, okay, put a lot of time, okay, or emphasis, okay, to say call high, right? Okay, if you could call high, okay, definitely there's advantages if your solution is good. Okay, if your solution is not that good, then be careful, right? Okay, so but if you look into the percentage of time that you put, right? Okay, you need to spend a lot of time, okay, with the working level to convince them you have a practical solution. And the middle manager is going to be the one that consumes most of your time during the process, right? Okay, they have a lot of questions, okay, they ask you to follow a lot of process, and they have different departments, okay, and in between the department, they are not talking to each other. Okay, so there's a lot of communication work, okay, in the middle level. And finally, you get a chance, okay, to talk to the CEO or the CXO. Typically, it's only 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You have to say whatever you want to say in that 30 or 45 minutes. Okay, so the importance, I think, is I want to emphasize is, okay, in the whole selling process, okay, you need to look into the time, okay, but the return, okay, of your investment of the time is different, right? When you come to the owner or business owner, I think you need to be very careful about, okay, or very clear about what's your business benefit, right? When you deal with the CXO, when you deal with all the middle level manager, I think the important thing is more to ensure that this is the risk-free solution, right? This is the most secure solution for you. Okay, this can help you, okay, to keep your job, okay, or help you to advance your job. Going back to the lower level, I think important to make sure your tools is practical, right? It's not something up in the air. And once you gain the support, right, then you can move up, right? Okay, and get to the CXO. Very important is to find the right moment to talk to this executive, right? Okay, because when you go too early, okay, it's no groundwork, they will immediately ask you, have my team look into it? Or then you say, no, this is the first time. Then he will just send you back, okay, to the team, okay, to work with the team, right? Then basically no outcome. So you have to do all the groundwork before you go there, right? But when you are there, then you are almost successful, right? So I think it's very important. So lots of Philip asked me to share a little bit about how to sell, okay, in different part of the APAC as well, right? Okay, so I could say I think the segmentation, right, market segmentation, okay, is very important. You can segment the market by industry, you can segment by the revenue of the customer, you can segment the customer by their size, okay, or number of employee, whatever, okay. So there are many different ways to segment it. I think the most important thing is going back to how many sales rep you have, right? Okay, who you want to focus, right? Okay, I think that is very important, okay. Before you do the segmentation, ask yourself who you want to target, why those are your target customer, and when and how is also important. When is, even those may be your target customer, but those may be too early. Okay, your product has no presence, okay, or very little reference, or you don't even have a reference. Okay, so you're selling into a very mass market, you try to segment it too much, okay, it doesn't help you, right? Okay, and how to penetrate into the market is also important as well. So there's no one silver bullet, right? Okay, I know lots of people hate this slides, right? I hate this slides, right? Because when the guy put up this slides, it means that he has no formula. But in the real world, there's actually really no real formula, and that's the beauty of B2B, right? Okay, you can create miracle. But if you look into different countries, just give you a very quick summary, right? Okay, so yeah, some of my that pop up into my mind, right? Selling in Korea, I think one thing that it is very interesting. All the product, okay, all the most advanced product, okay, with a very advanced concept or vision, you can sell in Korea. I have been taking up a number of jobs, okay, and the first thing I had to do was to clean up, okay, some of the very old visionary product that they have bought. I have no idea why Samsung, right, for example, have bought this product. They are the only customer in the world that bought this product. And since there's only one customer, the company decided to stop this product, right? Okay, and I have to clean up the mess. Okay, so, but if we fact, okay, their culture or their mentality, they like, or they don't mind to be the only one customer. They're okay with that. Okay, I want to be the first customer of this product if they believe in you, right? Okay, of course, they in particular admire the US technology one. Okay, so I think in Korea is a good place. Okay, if you have a very good visionary product, you can, it's a very good test bed. Huge customer as well. Okay, Samsung, LG, right? Okay, all these are a big company. Okay, if you can get in, very big. But before you can get in, make sure you can drink, right? Okay. The first test, okay, when I remember when I first taken up the regional job, okay, 20 years ago, okay, when I first touched down into Korea, okay, after so-called introduction meeting, they brought me to drink already. That was actually around 4:30. So we start drinking soju, beer, whiskey, soju again, okay, until 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, okay, in the morning, okay. So what happened the next day? Then you will ask. Actually, I tried very hard. Okay, I tried really, really hard. I think I really admired myself at that time as well. 9 o'clock sharp, I was back into the Korean office. They're all surprised. Hey, but first thing you need to surprise are all these people that was with you 3 o'clock, okay, in the pub, they are already there. And they don't expect you to show up. okay, because we are APAC official, maybe this guy drunk already, so blah, blah, blah. So, but they're so surprised, okay? 9 a.m., I was back in the office. Of course, my head is actually a big headache or still teasing, but I forced myself to be there. Okay, then I met the Korean MD. Then he shook my hand. Okay, he said that, okay, you passed the test. Congratulations. We now go and call a customer. So I think drinking is very important, because one thing that the Korean customer told me was, because they are very scared, okay, after they get drunk, they will tell you the truth. So they only drink with the people they can trust. So very important, if you can get the customer to drink in Korea, you are successful already 50%, right? Because the customer already trusts you. You need to build the trust first before they could drink with you, because they're really scared. After they get drunk, they will tell you the secret, right? Okay, and of course, in the whole process, you can't get drunk yourself. You can get your customer to drunk, okay, but you cannot get drunk, okay? That's Korea. Very interesting drinking, and also they like to buy visionary product. China, I think they don't like to buy product, okay? With all the lots of the big company, okay, of course they want, okay, the customer to be fully customized to what they want. So it's very difficult to sell a product in China. Okay, you can sell a platform, but you want to sell end product, it's very difficult. They want the product to be completely or exactly what they like. Okay, they don't care about your best practice. They don't care about your design. This is the way we work. Okay, your product need to fit the way we work, right? So I think lots of successful product in China is actually hardware, middleware platform, and solution. Okay, is very difficult, because they are so used to have because of in the past, right? The customization cost, the labor cost, or IT development cost is low. So you can't imagine, right? That the China mobile billing system, they have boss 1, boss 2, boss 3, boss 4, right? If you ask Alfred, he know, right? He good news is Alfred has sold 4 times into China mobile, because every time they scrap the old product, okay, and then they rebuild it, the new one. So they buy the middleware platform 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time. So good news is you can sell multiple times. Okay, bad news, if you have a product, I have a billing solution, I want to sell it to you, it won't work. Okay, you sell a platform that they can develop and customize, that's good. Okay, so I think it's very careful what product you're going to bring into the China market, because they are so used to customization. Compliance has improved, right? In the past, a lot of people believe that they can just drink or go to KTV, they can get the deal. Right now, it's much more difficult, Okay, you still need to drink, okay, but going to KTV, whatever, I think they are extremely careful. They rather not doing it, okay, and so I think it gives a lot of people more fair chance to do business in China. I think that's good, right? Okay, and in China, I think they like distribute buying, okay, which means good and bad, right? Which means you won't lose the whole country in one shot, right? Which there's more than 30 something provinces in China, so you can sell your product in each province, okay, one by one. Okay, and so okay, when you win, you don't win the whole country. When you lose, you don't lose the whole country as well. Japan, I think a lot of people know that they are really admire about US technology and Western management, right? Okay, so bring a Western guy to talk to them, help, right? Very honestly, okay? Channel partner is very important. They are the one that has been working with the customer for 10, 20, 30 years. So they have big trust on the partner. So get the partner to help you is very important. And of course, in Japan, right, their sense of compliance is very high. In fact, in one of the product, okay, that I have been driving in the early day, okay, my survival was because the Japan entity Docomo, they decided, okay, entity decided, okay, which is SI, right, decided to help Docomo to develop a solution, and they have placed $1 million order to me just to build the development platform. So you can't imagine that in China, right? Okay, the customer may just get your solution and then build it. Okay, they may pay you when they go to production, but when in Japan, okay, I think they will pay you, okay, even, okay, when they are even in the development. Hong Kong, okay, most of you know it well. I think it's a good place to be referenced from an APAC perspective, but the market is relatively small, honestly. Okay, it's highly transparent. When anything happen, okay, the whole industry know, okay. Very clear process, a relatively fair competition. I think that's good for lots of the startup, right? Okay, you know the rules. Okay, you know if you have a good product, there's a possibility to win as well. Singapore, lots of entrepreneurs, right? They have lots. Singapore government support lots of startup company, and they are willing to take risks a new solution, right? And lots of foreign vendors, okay, moving their headquarters, unfortunately, in the past 10 years to Singapore, right? So a lot of solution, technical or salespeople there. Okay, there's a big hub there. ASEAN, okay, very interesting place. Okay, in selling, every country is completely different, right? Okay, the biggest thing you need to deal with most of the time is traffic jam. Okay, in Bangkok, Philippines, Indonesia. This is the most time-consuming thing, okay, that you are going to deal with, right? Okay, that you can't imagine the traffic jam, okay, in Bangkok, right? Okay, if you are on a car, right? Okay, so and every country's, okay, their mentality is completely different, right? So it is important that, okay, you understand their mentality and work and according to that, right? Thailand is slow, okay, you can't rush them, right? Rush them, no use. Okay, Philippine sales always tell you that, no problem, boss, we are going to close the deal. And the last 3 days of the quarter, they disappear. You call their handphone, you call them from morning till the end, they don't even answer you because they don't know that they can't realize the word, right? Indonesia, very big market. I think if you want to sell, I think Indonesia is a very important market that you need to look at, right? Taiwan, very strong relationship buying, right? Okay, and then the blue and the green, you need to be careful, right? I have seen it, right? When the blue, when the green replace the blue, okay, government, the deal actually gets swapped. Okay, so India, I think very big market. Okay, I think this is a market that lots of upside as well, but unfortunately the pricing is very important in India. They could call you again and again, and they could call you right till 3 o'clock in AM. I don't know whether you have deal with that, right? There's 2.5 hour time gap between Hong Kong and India. And for them, okay, they can negotiate with you until 12:30, which is 3 AM your time. Okay, they know that it's 3 AM on your side. Okay, they keep bombarding you, right? You are when you 3 AM, you almost so exhausted. So you finally agree or whatever. So hold on to the price is important. Otherwise, there's no bottom. Okay. Australia, very important market. Okay, a lot of vendor. Okay, actually have their half of their revenue come from ANZ, and they like to buy advanced technology as well. Okay, so every market has different characteristic, right? And you need different people to deal with it, right? Okay, so very localized and very different. Okay, so how to find a good sales rep, right? Lots of people ask me, right? Okay, I think as I mentioned, right? Okay, in B2B world, okay, like it or not, right? The customer know you and you know the customer. Okay, so people lots of time not just buying from the vendor, they are also buying from the sales rep as well. So finding trust a sales rep that has a good reputation in the market is very important. In the recent in the number of tender, right? Okay, for example, recently I participate, right? Okay, they ask, okay, not about the reference, right? They ask my ex-boss, they must, okay, I introduce the solution to them. Then they ask my ex-boss, they ask all the other people that has worked with me before and ask about my solution, and of course ask about my recent status. Then they decide, okay, whether they want to use your solution or not. Right, so your reputation is very important. So it is important to hire people with a strong reputation as well. I think proactive and reactive, I think this is very clear, right? Okay, so where a lot of the rep, in particular, when they get a bit more senior, one of the biggest problem is they don't want to do cold call anymore. They don't want to call the customer that they don't know. They want to push it to other people, right? And and when you ask them to call some senior people, they also don't want to, right? Okay, because they worry that they got rejected, right? So getting a people that could really dare to continue to cold call, to continue to reach out to people that they don't know is very important. And only with that you could grab the chance, right? Sales pitch, everyone have, but I think in B2B world, if the sales rep cannot customize, he cannot generate slides, he cannot customize the sales pitch according to what the customer's different situation, don't hire him, right? And very important, you need to think about what the customer think. Okay, this is same as what the HPM did, right? Back in 28 years ago. He actually exactly think at the customer. His concern is not about the product, it's not about the company or the price. He's just worried about whether you guys will get this job done, right? Okay, so he's exactly addressed that. Think like your customer. So to scale it, very simple, get a good sales leader. A good sales leader get good sales, right? Poor sales leader get all the good sales rep gone. Find a good sales leader first, then you fix the problem. It sounds very easy, but not that easy as well. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people that have been working for many years, but they can't even build a team because they screw up their reputation in their previous job, right? So get a trustworthy sales leader to build a sales team is important, right? Okay. Finally, I want to share with you, right? So since I believe a lot of you has been in this commercial world, I think fighting with a lot of success and sometimes failures, right? But I think I really admired when I saw this recently, okay, on the YouTube, right? Okay, so this kid, right? Okay, I don't have the clip, right? But I clipped some of the screen. So this is actually an interview, right? Okay, about this guys, whether he has been making any investment, okay, in the stock market, and asking whether he has make money or he has lose money, right? Okay, so he asked whether you have make money or you lose, right? Sorry, it's in Chinese word. Okay, and then the young guys reply, I never lose. I never lose. So I'm very surprised why you say that you never lose, right? Everyone know that sometimes the stock price go up, sometimes the price gone down, right? So his reply is very, I think, very encouraging, right? He say that I either win the money or I earn the experience. So I think this is what I think I conclude in my B2B world as well. So I either win the deal or I earn the experience, right? So I think I lost a lot of deal as well, okay, very honestly. So, but I learned from that, okay. So thanks a lot for all your time, right? Okay, for the presentation, okay. So and hope all of you will earn more deal, okay, instead of just earning experience, right? Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, so that is the presentation, and let me open up for any question or anything you want to know more.